I'm starting to see that this channel's probably done its course. I mean, after a while, watching Lubna again is boring. It's boring with Lubna. I know what you're trying to do, and I also believe that by trying to expose the extremists in the community, she's putting herself in grave danger. You need to move to a country where extremists are stamped on, like the USA. You'd probably be welcome in the UAE as well, because the UAE stamps on extremism. You're right there. She's right. But she's not safe in UK. She's basically got this UK, what I now called UKism. For a start, if you ask anyone in the 1920s and the 1930s, and even the early part of the 1940s, if you ask them where UK was, they'd go, where? We weren't UK. We were Great Britain, and we were Great Britain. That was it. Now, we then started, Ireland split off, blah, blah, blah. But whatever the history of my country, it's now in mortal decline. So this channel takes no view on religion, but it does take views on the extremists coming over on boats, undocumented migrants. We don't know anything about them. And then they get assimilated by the violent Pakistani ideology that now basically goes through Britain. This channel's pro-Indian. This channel is pro the Jewish community, and just longs for the day where a government is going to stamp out on extremism, because I'm not extreme. I believe that Britain can become a country where Muslims, Christians, and Jews can live peacefully, but we need some radical reform. So I'm just parking that one. And Dave, you want me to host a discussion between you and your mate on the channel? Fine, because, I think there is a place for that. But the thing is, I don't want to be talking about that. I want to basically be safe where I am. It's just hilarious. I mean, I'm like watching my country literally fall apart, where the state broadcaster splices a video of the President of the United States to completely distort the truth. I mean, for heaven's sake, the BBC distorting the truth. Who would think it? Who would think the BBC would do that? And let me let you into a secret, any sort of UKers listening. They do it all the time. If they can do it with the Trump video, they're doing it with everything. They are gaslighting the nation. Duh, 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 duh. And here's Hugh Edwards. Oh, wait a minute. What's happened to Hugh Edwards? Uh-oh. Do you know what I mean? I can show you my entire subject access, and there's nothing like what Hugh Edwards was doing. I actually had the border guard look at my phone. Now, it happened to have the old laser flag. And basically, I was like going through, and I was like, well, maybe I've got, I wouldn't necessarily show. I think actually my phone is going to, I need to have a clear out of the phone, actually. But, it's just hilarious. It's like, you kind of like, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for anyone in UK at the moment, because the public finance is about to collapse. Then we're going to either have a proper government led by Nigel, or we're going to have a Sultana Bran, I really care about you. They'll roll up Corbyn. Thank God, you'll be so pleased. You'll be so pleased you left. But the thing that worries me about is my little boy. My little boy is basically a genuine case. He's genuinely disabled. He cannot work. Now, I got into trouble the last time I was gobbing off in Parliament Square, that I was mocking a leftist voice. And of course, a disabled person thought I was mocking his disability. Well, I was only doing my leftist impression. Now, everybody knows I do it about every 5 minutes. So I haven't heard from the Met. So, but anyway, if the mayor tried to contact me, I'm out the country. So the funny thing is with the Met is all I was doing was a sneering voice. And that's apparently something which can be reported as a crime. But I mean, the knife crime, the fact that you've got people coming undocumented on boats. I mean, they're more bothered about investigating whether I'm in a steering voice or not. It's ridiculous. And what you're going to get, is the government you deserve, which is a socialist mayhem government. But wait a minute, we've already got a socialist mayhem government where the people who actually, if you think Keir Starmer is bad, oh my God, you haven't got a clue what's coming. Because if Sultana Bran or who the other is idiots who might become leader, we're streeting. Ooh, we all know what he gets up to. Bad boy. And anyway, who else could you get? Prime Minister David Laming, who came after Henry VIII, Henry VII. He was the foreign secretary. I tell you what, I'm going to start lying. I'm actually going to start lying. Hey, I'm James. I'm from Ireland. But I got the blue eyes. It's just much easier. I might just go to my boss and say, "Look, I wish I could actually get an Irish passport. I mean, maybe I could rustle up some Irish ancestors, but I mean, Ireland's getting overrun by radical migrants from boats who basically wield knives. I mean, apart from that, Ireland and Britain are totally safe places to be. Not. In fact, actually, that trip to England, I'm starting to get a bit, do I come or not? I mean, I'm going to need a stab-proof vest. Don't know. I mean, I like Paul Thorpe's WD-40. I like that one. If some maniac comes on the train wielding a knife, I can do the WD-40. Thanks for that, Paul. Good one. Good one. Love it. And so basically what we need is I've told you, we need civil disobedience in Britain because we've got a corrupt shithole government. And trust me, if you think Keir Starmer is bad, then you are actually even more stupid than I thought you were in the first place. Let me just explain something. Keir Starmer was described by Rishi Sunak as a good man. Now, of course, all you Bobites and Pommies are going to go, James is nuts. Well, yeah, you got a point. But let me explain to you that essentially Keir Starmer supports the sort of the Blairite economics, which is really kind of destruction economics. I mean, he probably is a nice guy. People go into human rights lawyers. They think they're going to help these poor little people, blah, 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 blah. Rishi Sunak was he was a weak man. If he'd listened to Suella Braverman, he might still be Prime Minister. Because all the British public want is for these boats of undocumented criminals to stop. And if we do that, we are not being fascist. We are not being unkind. There is no war going on in France. Well, at least not yet. I mean, they're pretty close. Because France has allowed radical extremists into its country. We know what we're talking about. So, where are we? The place is not looking so good. And Lubna, for heaven's sake, just leave, man. Go somewhere. You're an intelligent woman, man. You're a really intelligent woman. And if you're smart, just go. For heaven's sake, go. If people from your community are making threats toward you, go. For your own safety, go. If you've got the opportunity to live anywhere else other than UK, I'm saying this to you as a human being. Go. Leave the country. Leave UK. I know you're one of these UK people. You think that everyone is going to live happily ever after. And I just, the naivety is good. But the reality is that we have imported people with violent ideologies who want to impose their will on everybody else. And I don't see a solution to the problem anytime soon other than a strong reform-led government led by Farage and Zia. And I think Zia Youssef speaks for all the peaceful, non-extremist Muslims. And the other thing, and read between the lines, you Bobites and you idiots who follow the Tommy Robinson and his money laundering friends, is Nigel knows how to play the game. Someone like Zia Youssef is I don't know anything about him. I mean, I know he's got like he is, whether he believes in the Quran is up to him, but Nigel knows how to play the game. He needs people. Apparently Lucy Connolly has joined his party. Brilliant. Good luck. I mean, I'm hoping that the tide can be turned under a Farage-led government that needs to go through Britain like a fine tooth comb, he said, needing to brush his hair. Britain is in dire trouble unless we root out the extremists. And the problem now is we have those extremists reappearing on the right. End of story. So I've gone on too long. Good luck, UK.